And one of the biggest areas in the wall funding that's problematic for this committee and for the relationship between the Pentagon and Congress is the reprogramming requests. And it is, you know, a bit of sort of arcane policy that even I didn't fully understand. But by and large, the Pentagon is not allowed to simply move money from one account to another without coming back through the full legislative process. But given the amount of money at the Pentagon and given how much things change, we have given, through the congressional process, the ability to reprogram. I think it was $4 billion last year. But one of these sort of gentlemen's agreements about that was if you reprogram money, you will not do it without first getting the approval of all 4 relevant committees. Defense Appropriations in the House and the Senate, and Armed Services in the House and the Senate. For the first time since we've done that on the reprogramming request to help fund the wall, basically you're shifting money from the MilPERS account into the, forgive me, the drug safety account, whatever it is, drug enforcement account, so that you can then take it out of the account and put it to the wall. And you are not asking for our permission. Now, you understand that the result of that likely is that the Appropriations Committee in particular would no longer give the Pentagon reprogramming authority. Now, I think that's unfortunate because they need it. And I guess my question is, what was the discussion like about in deciding to break that rule? And what is your view of the implications for it going forward in terms of the relationship between the Pentagon and Congress in general? And specifically, how much is it going to hamper you to not have reprogramming authority after this year?
Chairman, what was the second part of that? There was what was the discussion?
How's it going to hamper the relationship if you? How's it going to hamper your ability to do your job if you don't have any reprogramming authority going forward?
Right. Yeah. Well, the discussion, I think, you and I have also been party to this discussion, is that by unilaterally reprogramming, it was going to affect our ability long term to be able to do discretionary reprogramming that we had traditionally done in coordination. It was a very difficult discussion, and we understand the significant downsides of losing what amounts to a privilege. The conversation took place prior to the declaration of a national emergency. It was part of the consulting that went on. We said, here are the risks, longer term to the department. And those risks were weighed. And then, given a legal order from the Commander-in-Chief, we are executing on that order. And as we discussed, the first reprogramming was $1 billion, and I wanted to do it before we had this committee hearing because we've been talking about this for some time, and I've been deliberately working to be transparent in this process, fully knowing that there is downsides, which will hamper us.
And ultimately, you asked for $1 billion yesterday. It is still the plan to ask for $2.4 billion out of the drug enforcement account?
We haven't made the assessment of what, so consider these increments or tranches, however you want to phrase them. Potentially, we could draw $2.5 billion when we look at the total general transfer authority. We think beyond that would be too painful to being able to continue and maintain readiness and operations. Okay. But we don't know what that next increment of funding would look like.
All right. And